Fight man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfella Sports TV. Woo!
All right, man. They asked me to speak on Dennis Berinchyk taking on brother Keyshawn Davis. All right, I looked a little bit at Berinchyk. I watched the Navarrete fight. That was a while ago. And I think before that fight, he had a long layoff before he fought Yavin Mendy, who's pretty much been in there with everybody. And you know, I think a lot of people are talking about Keyshawn after he knocked out Lamons, who I think Lamons came in overweight, but had just fought at 140 versus Richardson Hitchison. You know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of people were saying that now, you know, Keyshawn thinks he's a knockout puncher. You hear people say Keyshawn talk too much. I mean, guess what? Closed mouth don't get fed, home slice. I like that Keyshawn talk shit. I like that Keyshawn barking shit, man. That's what he's supposed to do. Like, if you're not talking and you're not promoting yourself, you know, nobody can promote you or market yourself like you market yourself, not the promoter, not the trainer, not your father, nobody. It has to come from the fighter. And I just be wondering when I be driving down, why are you stopping at the green light? You use your turning signal. Like, I just be like, bro, like, this is why I don't take this road too often. These old people drive like dope fiends. Factual. But one thing I kind of looked at Berinchyk yesterday, I was watching him and a little bit of film study. He do a lot of different things. He's a guy that's gonna try to keep you on your back, on your heels. I mean, figuratively and literally. He one of them dudes that keep you on your heels. Damn, this shit good. He keep you on your heels. So he'll box you, and then like he fights with a rhythm, but then also he'll break rhythm. He's a very interesting fighter. He's a rhythmic fighter. And Keyshawn to me is more of a plotter. You know what I'm saying? Keyshawn is more of a guy that likes to be on platform, and he likes to land his punches on platforms. Like, he likes to be on balance and throw his shots. You know what I'm saying? He's real, you know, to me, he's real technical. Throw a shot straight, you know, and what's so funny, he's very fundamental, accurate, you know, he very efficient, don't waste no punches. And with Berinchyk is a rhythm fighter. Like, he gonna bounce up, rhythm, and then kind of like he'll break rhythm too. Then he'll try to brawl you. Then he'll go back to boxing. Then he'll switch hit. He go righty to lefty. Then he got these little short left hooks that he throw, kind of like Lomachenko. They threw kind of like the same like left hook. Like, he'll throw a short left hook, then split the guard with the opposite hand. Like, he's a very awkward fighter, and I kind of think he may get Keyshawn Davis some problems in this fight. And if Keyshawn is gonna win this fight, to be honest with you, if Keyshawn gonna have success in this fight, when you fight a guy like them, Usyk, Berinchyk, Lomachenko, if you're gonna be successful, and I think the one guy that had a lot of success versus Usyk was British. He pushed Usyk backwards. You have to be able to push these Ukrainians backwards. So the game plan with Keyshawn is stay on that jab. His jab is really good and straight. I love his jab. Focus on that body. Take the movement away. Close the gap. Push him backwards. They love to be on the front foot. That's the thing about fighting Ukrainian fighters. If you don't put them on the back foot, or you gotta make them stuck in sand. How Bud did Victor Postal. You know, Bud was in and out, you know, in and out, turning them. You know, sometimes Bud would punch with him. Bud's game plan was to use his feet and use angles versus the upright fighter, which was an immaculate game plan. And he carried it out for 12 rounds, and Bud was able to generate power throughout 12 rounds. He was able to generate power throughout 12, but he was able to generate power, what I was trying to say, off platform. So, you know, either you're going to keep them like Eastern Europeans off balance, you're going to be in and out, or you got to close the gap on them. Now, if you allow them to be on that front foot and pushing you forward, it's going to be hard to counter them type of dudes, especially without using the jab. So I would say if I'm Keyshawn Davis, I'm using that straight jab, you know, and I'm touching the body. That's what I'm doing. I'm touching the body. If I'm giving up ground to them, I'm touching the body. And then, like they're very awkward in which they want to mix it up with you. You know what I'm saying? Very awkward. They'll bounce, then jump in with a hook and jump, and then hit you with an uppercut, a very awkward uppercut, like up jab, or I would say uppercut with the opposite hand, smother you, and then get out, and then bounce again, and then bounce again, then they'll attack again, and then get out, and then they'll brawl with you. Berinchyk can brawl with you for a minute. So if I'm Keyshawn, my focus is on the jab in this fight. My focus is on the body in this fight. The body work and the jab. He's not going to be able to just walk in, righty, lefty, switch hit. You know, it's going to be a tough fight because I think stylistic-wise, you know, Keyshawn is fighting that amateurish type of style again. That Andy Cruz, and it's a good fight to get ready for Andy Cruz, to be honest. And I think Keyshawn Davis' job is to stick on that jab and destroy the body. And close that gap. And if you see Berinchyk moving back, Keyshawn should win this fight. Now, Keyshawn can't fall in love with his power. You know, you knocked out Lemons. If he come in here and he think he just about to walk, I saw you and him walking in the rain. If he think he about to just, you know, walk people down and knock people out because what he did to Lemons, and he believe his power have arrived, you know, he come in there in this fight and he think that he a power puncher and he gonna just knock dude out, and he come in with that mindset, he may be down early in this fight, very early and wide, and that nigga might have to strap his nuts on to get a knockout. Facts. He might have to strap his nuts on to get a knockout. So, but if you Berinchyk, you want him to come in thinking, oh man, it's knockout season, G. You want him to come in thinking like he can get a knockout. He gonna knock you out. That way he can be whiffing. He gonna forget his jab. He ain't gonna stick to the game plan and go into the body. And you can just box him and put rounds in the bank. Box him, frustrate him, push him backwards, you know, touch him up. And that's what he's going to try to do. He reminds me of Lomachenko with more finesse and less aggressiveness. Like Lomachenko was punching, like he more assertive. He more professional. Berinchyk is more like amateurish, you know, wishy-washy, you know, shoe shiner. But it worked for him. I would like to see him sit on his punches a little bit. And some people might say, well, that may take away from the game plan. You see, he saw Cruz start throwing jabs and straight rights, and he still was effective. You know? So, this coffee sitting on me, and I just brushed my teeth too. I ain't gonna lie, I like Dunkin' Donuts. Good, affordable American coffee. Not really a coffee drink, but I need to put something in my stomach this morning. But yeah, so my thing is when Berinchyk, when you ain't as powerful as a puncher, you can't get down. If Keyshawn get up, it's gonna be hard for him to come back. So, cause he don't really sit on his shots a lot. Even when he brawl with you, he mix it up on the inside. He really ain't sitting on his shots like that. So Loma kind of learned how to sit on his shots a little bit more, you know. So I think it's a really, really good fight, man. I think it's an excellent fight. Honestly, I think it's like a 65-35 to Keyshawn split. But it's a good fight. I can see Berinchyk taking it, to be honest. I can, you know, if Keyshawn, I think it's going to be because of Keyshawn if Keyshawn loses. If Keyshawn going there trying to press and win, nigga. Just win. Just win. Listen to me. Stay on that jab. Touch that body. You push him back. Eventually, you win the fight. That's it. Don't go out there looking for home. He go out there looking to knock this guy out. He gonna make this fight a lot more interesting than he have to be. Beat Keyshawn Davis. I think Keyshawn will win a unanimous decision. But I can see Berinchyk. I can see if Keyshawn come out here trying to be this knockout puncher that he think he is, and we're trying to impress in his first world title fight at MSG. But my thing was this. He fought, I think it's harder to fight at home than it is in this type of fight. So at home, he just did what he was supposed to do. So I trust that, he will be composed and do what Keyshawn is supposed to do. And I think he wins. Wow, this is crazy, man. Not this whole truck. He had no choice. The whole truck had to get over. That was crazy. But yeah, I think Keyshawn will do what Keyshawn supposed to do, win a unanimous decision. I think my charger was plugged in. There we go. I think he'll do what he's supposed to do, win a unanimous decision. But I think if he come in there trying to be a slugger and believe I'm a knockout puncher, baby, I'm a knockout artist, baby, in my Charlo voice, he gonna lose his fight. In my opinion, he could lose his fight, but I think he'll win this fight, man. So I like Keyshawn unanimous decision on Valentine's Day. It's on Friday. Saturday, the Zone dude had Oscar the Rat. He's supposed to fight Regis, but Regis' shoulder. I know MMA. He got messed up. So more than likely, I might even watch that card. I do want to go see the new Captain America movie, whatever